Backing.
Alright, what we talking about yesterday, guys?
Backing.
Backing, what about it?
Need some cameras.
All the hazards.
Yeah, man.
Need some cameras? What else? What's the other options if you don't have cameras?
Slow your rolls.
Blow your
Oh,
horn.
what else?
Blow your horn.
Blow your horn?
Turn your camera volume up so you can hear nothing.
Turn your camera volume up because the mic don't work.
You can hear the wind going by.
That's all you hear.
Well, that's good. I let me know you tried it. And then there was one other one. There was one other one. Yeah, that's not. When you gotta get out and look.
Watch for headlights. They not in.
Watch for headlights,
You
right?
get out and look, get back into something.
Watch for headlights, right? If it's dark, that's right. If it's dark, that's what we did. And then the other thing that Jerry brought up, which was note the account for maybe a swing driver, somebody else, and this account may be difficult. Also, what was the benefit for that? If you note the account,
Covering yourself.
cover your ass. That way if something happens, as a driver, you can say on this day, at this time, this is what happened. Same code. So, and Bobby said he needed a poster board to cover his ass. Alright, so how we do yesterday? How we do yesterday? We're in the red. How individually did we do yesterday? I did wonderful, right? So what's this doing? It's helping me get to my point, which is this. On any given day, we got some high performers, we got some low performers, and we got some people right in the middle, right? And the challenge for you guys I've been throwing out all week that we kind of started last week when we talked about performances is knowing where you stand. And where do we start putting that data in so you can see it?
In the break room.
In the break room, right? So you can see where you stand, where you fall. And every day this week we wanted to talk about one of those columns on the sheet of paper that we can work on, right? So we started with what on Monday?
Idle time.
Idle time, right? Idle time is how things gonna work on. Yesterday we talked about backing and talked about how that affects our overall time, trouble customers and stuff like that. As far as today, which one we gonna take a stab at today?
We don't got the sheet.
What's on there though?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know?
How about the actual dumps or something like that or whatever? Say you got 2 dumps for that day. I mean, you know, you take pictures, we taking pictures and snapshots. Some customers in an 8-yard cam were giving you 12 yards of trash.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got more trash on your truck. So now you gotta compensate for that.
Okay.
It's gonna take you more time. Truck gonna pack out.
Come on. Keep coming, baby.
Truck gonna pack out, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, they just be taking advantage, man.
So, this is all good stuff, right? He laying out a scenario where you get to a can and it's overloaded. He talked about a couple things we do. One of the things we do when that happens is what?
Snapshot.
Take a snapshot. The reason we take a snapshot is why?
Cover the poster board.
Get that customer the right can for the right track.
Right? Right? We want to right size that customer, make sure they're not taking advantage of us like you mentioned, right? How can we avoid packing out early?
Cut off.
Half dump.
That's the same thing, ain't it? Packing early and cutting off. Yeah, it sounds like the same thing to me.
So what did you mean? You said it. What did you mean?
Who?
You.
Oh, I was just bullshit, man.
Bullshit. Point out your bullshit so we can get to the new level, right?
Half dump.
Right, half up. If you half up, what can I do?
Just nothing, man.
Doesn't mean anything.
Get you back on the road.
No, I'm not talking about half a load. I was talking about half a can.
So you still creating a problem.
Why is that? Why is that? How do
You
you
go
feel?
right back, you go done, and there go your out time right there.
They gonna call in.
They gonna call in on you, go back over there and dump it.
He didn't dump my can.
Then they gonna load it right back up on you again, you got more trash.
Yep. I gave him one time and loaded it back up.
Right.
So, I'm calling you on bullshit on that, right? It doesn't help us one bit to dump half a can, right? For all the reasons Doug just mentioned, right? But Dre mentioned another option that may work out for us, which is what?
Cut off early and hammer down.
Cut off all that hand down. Here's the question: how do you know when you need to cut off? How do you know when your truck's packing out?
If you didn't make it to your destination, then
come back and get the rest of it.
no. If you got a checkpoint and you didn't make it to your checkpoint, just go ahead and cut it off, hammer down. You know today it's been raining. Yesterday it's been raining.
Nah, we talking about rain.
No, either way it go, rain or not rain, cut that bitch off and hammer down.
Alright, so after state, go ahead.
Let's say you ain't making your destination, you got like 18 cans left, or something like that. You looking at your blade like, I know I can't get this 18 cans on. You still gonna have to.
No matter what, it'll still compensate. You know, hey, DC's looking at the report. Oh, you had to go get an extra load. Do what you gotta do.
So in that situation, at the end of the day, say you had to run an extra load, and I'm looking at the report, and I need to have a conversation with you. What do you think that conversation will be like on that day, the next day?
How come you ain't get that load in that truck?
Okay? So what's gonna be your response if that's my question?
They gave me a bunch of junk crap that don't crush.
Okay? And so if I ask you, how do we prevent that moving forward, what would you say?
Don't get it first, put it in the back of the truck. I mean, sometimes, especially on my Friday route, it just so happened that, you know, I get a lot of pallets, crap that just don't crush right.
Okay, that's the answer, but what's the solution, right?
I really think when they get that stuff to the back of the truck, I don't know, but I don't know, man.
Just let you ask
Get
somebody
the
else to go
customer
get it.
increase sales.
Maybe increase, what'd you say, Howard?
I don't see it unless you ask one of your buddies to go get it. I don't see anywhere around it, because you gotta come back and get it anyway, so.
So
you
it may
have
not
that
be a
problem,
perfect solution, right?
If you have that problem, you need to move your cutoff point. And show the supervisor, I have to make it in 3 loads, because I can't make it in 2, and you make 3 loads.
Right, so we talked before about realistic conversations that I would have versus conversations I wouldn't have, and the reasons I would have those conversations. So in this situation, that might be a conversation to have. So, looks like you ran more loads than we normally ran, what happened? Right? The reason I'm asking you that question is I'm trying to figure out maybe if there's something that needs to happen on your route or something needs to happen on that particular day, if we need to move trash. And we together will work out all those options, but coming to the yard with the solution to maybe what happened is the best option to get us kind of moving down the field. But here's the deal, so you started the conversation, but what are we actually talking about today that we can actually do better on today? You're talking about cutting off because of the size of your load. So if we took that and said, as far as today, what's one thing we can do to work on that today? What's one thing we can do? And that's not just to you, it's to the whole room, everybody. Guys, been down.
Snapshot and report it, you know, if there's more extra trash on it, you know. Even though
Inventory
you
your
pack
route.
your truck, just report it, do what you gotta do, and keep going.
And the way we used to report that is what?
Snapshot, calling it in.
All right, so today, what's the work that we're gonna do today, Dre? That we do every day, but
Take
The Walmart gift
take
card.
pictures. How many pictures a day should we take? Two, right? At minimum. At minimum, 2 is the minimum, right? How many pictures a day can we take?
Unlimited.
As many as necessary, right?
All right.
How many, Dre?
How do you,
Hey,
Hold on.
how do you take multiple pictures on one camera?
You can't right now.
Wait a minute,
So-
hey, wait a minute, back it up. Yes, you can.
I still use my, what's the name?
On the screen, on the snap, listen.
Hell no.
Snapshot, you can hit the button. On extra pickup or trash on the ground, you hit that trash on the ground. If you hit the snapshot button, it'll let you take another picture. I found that out yesterday.
Get it, Dre. Anyway, get a Walmart gift card, he gonna show you.
Next week. So today, what's the one thing we're gonna do today?
Snapshot.
Snapshot, what that's gonna do for us?
Get us Walmart cards.
Walmart cards, what's it gonna do for us as a business?
Get some money.
Increase.
Increase service, why?
Hey, we need some new trucks.
Get us the right thing to do, right?
18
Right
years,
thing,
buddy.
right
That's
side of the
all I
customer. All right, let's hit it.
18 years.